Thumbs up for the go-getters, the ambitionless appear they should know better.
Hey folks, how are we doing? So, welcome to Muscle Building 101. I know you're thinking, it's probably getting a little serious now. I've got notes up on the wall, all kinds of stuff going on. And yeah, I guess I'm going to take it a little bit more seriously. So we're going to get a little bit scientific, but going to keep this fairly basic, just the simple stuff you need to know about gaining a little bit of muscle, okay? So let's start with stimulation and adaptation. What is this muscle? How is muscle formed? Why does your body form muscle of any sort of kind, okay? And it's just an adaptation to a stimulus that's put upon it. So your body's a very clever sort of mechanism. It adapts in a variety of ways, and if you put a certain stressor on your body, then it finds a way generally to adapt to it. So all we're doing with sort of training of any kind, body weight training, sort of can be lifting weights, can be a lot of different resistance kinds of training, is we're trying to impose a certain stimulus on the body, just make it adapt to it. That's pretty much as complex as it gets, okay? So you're probably thinking, okay, it's good, but how do I do this a little bit more? Boom, that's what the next bit's for. We've got weights, okay? So you want to be trying to lift around 70% of your estimated 1 rep max, which sounds a little complex, doesn't it? Yeah, sounds a bit techy, a bit boring. Okay, but 1 rep max is basically just, as its name would suggest, it's the maximum that you can lift, that you can, as a person, lift up. Now, we're not going to really experience that much ourselves, so it's sort of taking a guess and then just working down a little bit. You can even check out online, there's a few calculators, I'll attach some links in the description below, that can just estimate that for you and you can use that to build on. So you're looking at about 70% of your 1 rep max, and you're trying to do between 8 and 12 reps in a set. So just really simple stuff. It's just 8 to 12 reps, 70% of your 1 rep max, and that is sort of the parameters that you're going to want to use to build muscle. That's as simple as I can make that one, really. Yeah, next one, progressive overload. It's this little one here. Again, sounds a little sciencey, but there's just this thing in the bodybuilding world that guys like to sort of make what they do seem loads more complex. It's just lifting heavy stuff. So progressive overload is realistically just making sure that we're constantly forcing our body to adapt, as we talked about earlier. So when you can do 12 reps at a given weight, so let's say you're working with, just for example, 40 kilograms, doing a 40 kilogram squat, which is a fairly light squat, but we're doing our 40 kg squat. Say we can safely do 12 reps, we're really happy with it, it's looking good, the technique's good, it's not breaking down, then you're going to want to move it up a little bit. So you're going to want to increase increase the weight a little bit. You could move it up to maybe 42.5 kg just to stimulate that. And that would just keep overloading the muscle, okay? If you never increase the weight, or if you never change what you do a little bit, then you're never going to force those adaptations to continue, because your body's not going to adapt if it's not given any stimulus to do so. And yeah, I mean, I've just mentioned weight for this one, but it doesn't have to be weight. You can add extra reps. So, you could go slightly higher into the rep range. You could sort of play about with a few different variables. You could shorten your rest times. There's loads of different things to do. But the simplest, the most honest way is just add some weight to the bar. Never hurts to get a little bit stronger either, right? And the last bit of our easy making muscle thingy is recovery, which is exactly as simple as it sounds there. So recovery is just making sure that your body has the ability to recover between workouts. So a lot of people get this idea that muscle, or that sort of strength, or that anything is built in the gym, that the harder you train, the more you're going to get. It's sort of there's truth in that, but there's a little bit of a myth there as well. It's also about recovery. It's about how much you sleep and about how much you eat. That's sort of your two fundamental factors. Now, we could go into plenty more, but I want to keep this video basic. So food-wise, if you're trying to gain some muscle, you want to be trying to eat a sort of caloric surplus of around 300 calories. So say you know that each day you're currently eating around 2,500, you're going to want to up that to 2,800, okay? So you're making sure you're upping the amount of food that you're eating. Now, this is the biggest mistake loads of rookie lifters make, myself included. First year I lifted, I got almost nowhere because my nutrition was crap. It's more important than your training. Nutrition first, training second, okay? Get your nutrition sorted out and then it will all start to come together. And the last one I've just written here is just sleep, okay? Sleep is how your body repairs itself. It's how it regrows its muscles. It's how it recharges its central nervous system. Sleep is brilliant. Sleep is good stuff, okay? So really try to get 8 hours a night. And yeah, if you're one of those people that doesn't sleep very much, that seems to function on not enough sleep, then really try to work into patterns that your body's meant to sleep in. So getting to bed for 10:30 kind of things, going up and down with the sun rather than staying up ridiculously late at night, getting up late and getting into these sort of sporadic patterns. So try to keep your sleep quite regular, and that should pretty much be it. So to summarize, we're stimulating and adapting. We're working with weights, about 70% of our 1RM for 8 to 12 reps. Progressive overload, making sure we're constantly stimulating our body with new stuff. And then recovery, making sure we're eating plenty of food, we're sleeping plenty to recover. That's it. That is your muscle building 101. If you do all of that, that's pretty much it, okay? If you want any extra information, any extra tips, shoot me a comment, shoot me a private message over Facebook, that's fine as well. Yeah, I'll be happy to answer some stuff for you. Other than that, if you like the video, subscribe below, give me a like, and I'll chat to you next time, guys. See ya.
Well, I'm taking my time. I'm just